Hello everyone, welcome to song lesson number 6. This week we're going to have a little go at the song Trial and Error. Now this is not going to be an easy one, partly because it's the hottest day of the year so far, so you've got a bit of noise from the fan. I apologise about that, but also I've had to shut all the windows because I don't want any street noise coming in and affecting the video. So it's going to get insanely hot in here, so before I melt we'll try and get through this as fast as possible. So, Trial and Error. I wrote this song when I first started touring over 10 years ago, and it was a song about me sort of adjusting to life spent away from all my friends and family for such a considerable amount of time, which was a bit of an adjustment to get used to. So that's what the song's about, and here's how you play it. Now, the style of playing in this song is this percussive style that I used to play a lot when I first started out, and the reason for that was because going back to the mid to late noughties, I was just starting out with my solo acoustic stuff, and I met a chap in London when I was in a band in London, a chap called Faulkner, and then we became quite good friends. And then as I started doing my solo stuff after I left that band, he and I used to do quite a lot of gigs together around London, especially involved with the City Showcase lot, playing in all the various venues around the town. And I remember having a conversation with him once about loop pedals, and saying how I was thinking about getting a loop pedal so that I could add percussive beats and stuff to my set. And he said, well, you could do, mate. He said, but they're expensive and everyone's doing it at the moment, so why be the same as everybody else? Why not just learn how to do it without a loop pedal? And I was like, well, it's all well and good for you, mate, because you're the super talented Faulkner and all I know is how to play 4 chords. And he was like, well, just learn. So, challenge accepted, and I started learning, or teaching myself, with a bit of help from him, how to do the percussive style. However, I quickly realised after a year or so of doing it that I was never going to be as good as him or as other people who do that style much more competently than me, shall we say. So I stopped writing songs in that style after the first or second album, and just leave it to the professionals. But this song is without a doubt very much inspired by Mr. Faulkner, so thank you very much, pal, for helping me learn how to do this. So the first part of the song is the intro, and what you need to do is first finger on fret 4 on the G string, which in this tuning is an A string. You pluck it, you slap it, and you slide up to 12, and then because you've got like a 2-second gap with nothing for this hand to do, that's when you hit the guitar for the percussive sort of bit. And for that, you can hit it in different places, but it's easiest if you keep this hand as close to the strings as possible. You can go down there, but it's moving your hand further, so it's quicker to just keep it here. So you just hit the guitar with the butt of your hand there, and then slap the bottom of the guitar with your fingers to get the snare sound, I suppose. There's a kick and a snare, so it's like that. And then you just pull off with the left hand, and then you slap the 7th fret on the thick strings to get that chord while you go. So you getting that? So the second tone through, there's just a slight change to that bit, so like that. So you're going all on that one string until the very last note when you hit it on the thinnest string, either of the thinnest strings, because they're both the same in this tuning. And then you're moving the finger that's doing the slapping of the chords down to the 5th fret. So that's the intro and the first half of the verse. The second half of the verse, you're using the thick strings on fret 9, and then doing a little slap, and then getting your little finger on fret 12 on the G string to to get that. And then again, you've got that little gap, so that's when you hit the guitar. And then down to 7th for the same thing. And then with the little finger you're going on 10 and 9. So. Actually, yeah, you only go down to the 9 on the last time through it. My apologies. And then 5, and then 7, and then you're into the chorus. The chorus is much more simple. The chorus is just strumming and playing the bass strings of the guitar. So you're open, completely open. Chord 2 is just using first finger on the thickest string on 4, second finger on the thickest on the next string, the A, on 5, and then slide the first finger up to meet the second one on 5. Sliding those two up to 7. All I'm doing with this hand, by the way, is just slapping down, just so my fingertips are tapping the guitar there, but you're really just getting that snap of the strings. That's the bit that you need. So then you're going back to the intro again. Then the verse, then the chorus, and then you've got the middle 8-bit. Now the middle 8-bit, I don't really know how to teach this part. It's just a case of slowing it down, I think, and playing it through a few times so you can see what's getting slapped at what point. So. And the reason I put my hand over the top to get the very last bit of the chorus is because when you go into the middle 8 part, or the instrumental bit in the middle, it is easier to play with your hand over the top. I know it also looks like I'm showing off, which I am, but it's just easier if you're playing the same chords as you were in the verse. You know, you're only playing 2 strings, so you can easily get them from the other side of the guitar. So yeah. Sliding up to 9. It's so hard to play. I'm just going to play it and then hopefully be able to figure out. Go through it again. So the 3 chords are the thick strings on 9, 7 and 5, and it's just a case of slapping the guitar here with this hand when you're not actually playing it on the fretboard. So that's the complicated, so that's the tricky middle section. And then you're going into a very quiet version of the chorus, and what I do to get that what we have bit at the end is I sort of tap the strings like this very lightly. So what we have, same chords, it's bigger than miles. And then back into the very last chorus, which we've gone through. So those are all the different parts: the verse part, the second part of the verse part, the chorus, and the slappy tappy middle 8 bit. I know it's difficult to explain that middle 8 bit, but hopefully you've managed to get roughly what I'm doing. So yeah, hopefully that's enough. So now we've gone through all the different parts. We'll play the song from start to finish. Hopefully you can play along. Good luck. And I'm saying that to myself. Right, 2, 3, 4. So many miles between us, I'm not sure how many lie between us, maybe 1,000 or more. Maybe that's an overreaction, I don't know. Maybe it's time for action, maybe it's time to go. It's always the little things that you miss when you are miles away. The look in the eye, the tone of your voice when you say there's something inside you tells you it will be okay. Thought I could handle all this time apart, but I've been struggling with it right from the very start. Always pretending that I'm doing fine, but I always end up drinking just so I can pass the time. Really admire the way you're always so positive, even when things don't look that great on the face of it. You always know what to say to bring me round again. It's bigger than miles, built